Instead of doing the smart thing and knocking on the shack door, Conrad kicks it in and we send Igor. Igor, of course, walks in and says in a monotone voice, "All clear." Conrad walks in first and absolutely loses his shit. "Dude, look! A Guns and Bullets magazine!" We spend a while looking through the shack. A few beers, a bottle of liquor, and 6 Nuka-Colas later, we are sitting around like kings. "Do you think there's any food around here?" "Look around for food. Perception check." "Fuck you, no food." "Nothing here, but I got a few things in my backpack." Conrad nods and walks over to my bag and starts going through it. He does a search check and rolls a 17. Not only does he find food, but he also finds my Enclave uniform and armbands. "You said your people tamed Deathclaws." He pulls out an armband. "Are these your people?" My character is obviously rocked by the realization that this guy now knows that I'm an Enclave spy. I stand there for a second about to shit my pants when I realize that this guy is a vault dweller. He's got no idea what the Enclave is. I'll be fucking fine. Yes, we're called the Enclave. We're the remnants of the United States government. I like you, Conrad, but you can't say anything to anyone. Factions have sprung up all across America that would kill me for what I am. Conrad gives me a 1,000-yard stare and slowly slips the armband over his left arm. The white stars are as bright as Richardson is deadly. "You saved my life, Peter. I was taught as a young boy to love my country, and it will love me. It's no coincidence that if you are the United States government, that you saved me. Maybe it was a message from God. I've always been patriotic. And in my hour of need, America sends me a monster, a man, and a robot. I'm with you, brother." My face when we became a little more liked in the role play for all this brotherly love. My face when someone knocked on the shack door, scared the shit out of us, and Richardson woke up from his nap. Both of us panic, IC, and OOC. It wasn't a random encounter because neither Ahmad or the GM made the post. See, GM posted the character sheets, and unless you specifically read posts, you don't know who's who. So this person knocks on the door, and we are panicking. I whisper to Conrad, "Take off the goddamn armband." Igor is retarded, so this happens. "Sir, it seems someone is at the door." We get ready to open the door when I realize Richardson is breathing heavily and has his teeth bared. Perception check, bitch. I put Richardson in the bedroom and tell him to please stay. Commanding a Deathclaw was a no-go. I walk over to the door and breathe. I slowly grab the doorknob and realize it was kicked in. Door is broken. Strength check, 1. Fuck.gif. I do get the door open, but I also tear it off its hinges. Well shit, at least we have that taken care of. Oh look, an NCR Ranger fully kitted and staring at me through the iconic Ranger gas mask. "Is there a reason you're in my shack?" Speech check, 18. "Oh, this is your shack?" We found the door almost off its hinges. Sorry about the door, by the way. We? Before I could make a gesture to Conrad, he pokes around the door and does his friendly greeting. "Hi, I'm Conrad." The Ranger pauses and pushes his way into the shack. "You should know that this is NCR property and breaking in is a federal crime." Dude completely ignores the speech check I made. "Well, see, we didn't break in, yeah. Save it for the judge. Deactivate that robot and get on the..." He sees Richardson peeking through the doorway at him. Panic.Pip-Boy. Without even the slightest thought, he draws his revolver and takes a shot at Richardson. Misses. Conrad does a strength and accuracy check. 15 and 11. Punches the ranger in the neck and sends him to the ground. Ranger shoots at Conrad, misses and hits me in the gut. Richardson Rage Mode.exe. Richardson goes full fucking beast mode and charges at the ranger. I can't see the terror on his face, but with all his screaming I can visualize it. Right before Richardson can get to him, I scream out to him, "Richardson, stop!" Surprisingly, the GM doesn't do anything except say that Richardson stopped in his tracks, snarling at the ranger as he listened for an order of attack. Conrad looked at me confused. "What are you doing? He just fucking shot you. We have to kill him. If we let Richardson kill him, someone will be wondering why a Deathclaw would be in a fucking shack. Then they might see Richardson and know it was us. If me or you kill him, then we would have to hide the body and that'd take too long." I paused to hold pressure on my wound. We gotta get him somewhere where he won't be able to follow us and we won't get blamed if he dies. After a few more minutes of minuscule delegating, we tie the ranger up, disarm him, and take everything worthy of stealing and tie him up. "Peter, can you walk?" "Fuck no, PNG. I end up using Igor as a walker, but since he is retarded and walks like I'm not there, we walk out of the shack to find a dozen legionaries and 2 centurions. "Halt, profligates." Fuck me.web. My character is injured, so all I can really do is tell Richardson to stay chill. At lightning speeds, me and Conrad PM each other back and forth talking about what to do. "Shit, nigga, I'll guess we'll halt.jpg. We mean no harm to the servants of Caesar. We only wish to go in peace." In before metagame, my character was well versed in major factions. And yet you've gotten yourself shot, have captured our prey. You bring a war beast with you and yet you pronounce to only want peace. Of course, we had to run into the only 2 Legion characters in the roleplay. Conrad decides to speak up and he does so with the utmost bullshittery. "This guy just attacked us out of nowhere. You don't even have to worry about the Deathclaw. It's a harmless beast and won't harm anyone unless someone attacks its master." Fuck, that's cringy. But Conrad was really trying to bullshit us out of the situation. "Fine, but you must relinquish the ranger to us. We have been hunting the degenerate for some time." Guy sends a few legionaries over to take the ranger away. Initiate lightning speed PMs.webm. I told Conrad to let them take the ranger. We already had his shit. It is only appropriate that you are well compensated for capturing our prey. Caesar would insist. Me and Conrad weren't gonna refuse payment for a faggot that tried to killing Richardson. We dare not use these forsaken technologies. A centurion approaches me and hands me 3 stim packs, which I later learned he had stolen from a NCR trooper squadron. "Also, I humbly ask that you use this." He hands me a single-shot flare. "Yeah, you know what's happening. If you are ever in need of help, servants of Caesar are willing to help enemies of the NCR." Me and Conrad are ecstatic in PMs. We just got the Legion on our side. The most hated people in this RP are now all pretty much watching each other's back. Couldn't be more coincidental. I later learned that the Ranger was metagaming us and following us. Legion bros were looking for a reason to meet us, so the Ranger was stupid enough to do so. After he gives me the stim packs and the flare gun, he gives Conrad a purse of denarii. This ain't Mountain Blade.scroll. We watched them crucify the Ranger. Yes, they did crucify the Ranger, and they insisted we stay to watch. A few mods pitched a bitch fit, but the GM said that it would happen in the game and in real life. So Douche Dick lost his life and his character. I didn't find out until later, but because Dickhead died, he made a new character. A boss knight. Yeah, gay, I know. We decided to spend the night in the shack, although in game we thought it was a bad idea to stay in the shack of the man we just sold to the Legion. My wound isn't terrible, but it takes time for the stim packs to really take effect. Douche Mod says I gotta use 2 of the stim packs. One for the blood and infection, one for the healing. Yeah, fuck that guy. We end up only having 1 stim pack left, so we decide to save it. The next morning we get ready to leave and we hear the ranger outside mumbling. He's still crucified and the Legion is gone, but instead of just dying, he rolled out for a strung out death. 15, I think. He pretty much begged us to save him, that he could give us a good deal, saying that we wouldn't be executed for helping the Legion. I'll give the guy this much. In the end, he actually did play well at playing his character. Conrad gets a terribly beautiful idea. Conrad whispers in my ear, "What's a better way to suffer than to know his greatest enemy was just within his grasp?" And he failed. See, we knew this kid was edgy, and we knew this shit would make him engage in an edgy death. My character smiled and pulled a black beret from his backpack. "Look at this and tell me what you see." He did the cringy, tired look up, like trembling and his eyes were half open. When his character figured out it was an Enclave beret, he apparently had some newfound strength. "The Enclave is back? That's impossible. No." I laughed really hard, IRL. You wouldn't think we'd come back after the shit we had to endure, but we are. Conrad at this point walks up to him and cuts one of his leg arteries to make sure he dies. No chance he could oust us. Conrad looked over at me and said, "For the Enclave. Before you get all frisky with me, we did this to trigger the other players who were reading. We knew they liked the story of a righteous hero hunting down bad guys like me and Conrad. Fuck their concepts of good and bad. We're the Enclave."